We're gonna stretch and breathe and find relaxation, find calm, find peace, find space within our body and our mind. Now the Ujjayi breath, you're gonna restrict the back of your throat. You're gonna keep your lips sealed and you're gonna breathe in and out through the nose. As you inhale and exhale, you're gonna make slow, deep sounds that may resemble like the ocean. And we'll practice this breathing to start class, and we'll practice it to finish class, and we'll practice it as we find ourselves in positions of stretch. If you guys are ready, take the gaze to the floor or softly close the eyes. Find that comfortable seat, get any wiggles out if you have them, and let the arms rest heavy in the lap. We're gonna first just focus and connect with our breath. So seal the lips, and we're gonna take inhales and exhales in and out through the nose. These inhales are gonna be slow and deep, and you want to make sounds that might sound like the ocean. Let's go ahead and practice. Breathing in and out. You want to try and balance the depth and the length of these inhales and exhales to be very equal. Breathing in nice and slow and out at your own pace, trying to make that sound that resembles the ocean. As you're finding that Ujjayi breath, soften the face and soften through the shoulders. Keep those breaths equal. As we practice this breath, it's going to help warm the body from the inside out. It's going to help connect yourself to your breath, finding peace, finding calmness, relaxing any tension in the mind or the body. Continue just a few more rounds of this Ujjayi breath on your own. Good. Let's drop our chin all the way to the chest, stretching out to the back side of the neck. And then we'll lift the chin all the way up towards the ceiling, stretching out through the front side. Good. Bring the head back down to neutral, and we'll turn the chin to the left. Relax the shoulders and slowly draw the chin down towards the left side of your collarbone. Find a stretch on the right side of the neck and just hold it right there. Take it back to that Ujjayi breathing. Good. I want you to slowly trace the collarbone with your chin all the way over to the right. Your chin will be over the right side of that collarbone. Find that stretch and hold and make your way back to that Ujjayi breath.
Good, let's slowly draw the chin back to the chest. Let the head hang heavy. Relax the shoulders. And look for a stretch along the back of the neck. Good, now we're gonna tilt the left ear over the left shoulder. Finding a stretch from a different angle on this right side of the neck. Keep the lips sealed and continue that Ujjayi breath. Good, we'll slowly lift the head and tilt it to the right. Stay connected to that breath. Very good. Take the chin back to the chest. We're going to trace the collarbone with the chin a few times. So you'll bring the chin over the left side of the collarbone, really stretching through that right side of the neck. And then slowly draw the chin to the chest. And find yourself with the chin over the right side of the collarbone, stretching out through the left side of the neck. Let's do that one more time. Down to the center, over to the left. And then down to the center and over to the right. Very good. Bring the chin back to the chest. Lift the head back to a neutral position. Keep the eyes closed. And we're going to pull the shoulders all the way up to the ears. Pull them all the way up as high as you can get them, and then slowly press them away from the ears. Press them down, finding as much space between the bottoms of the ears and the shoulders as possible. Pull them up, get them as close as you can, and then press them away. Now let's try to practice this breath to movement with that Ujjayi breath. Breathing in, pull the shoulders up. As you exhale, press the shoulders away. Try that one more time. Inhale up. Exhale, press them away. Very good. Now round your spine, tuck your hips under, and find yourself in a seated cat. Separating through the shoulder blades. And then slowly untuck the hips and press the heart forward, squeezing those shoulder blades together, finding yourself in a seated cow. Now we're going to take that Ujjayi breath for 2 rounds with this movement. So we'll breathe in while we're here in this cow. And when you're ready to exhale, take yourself to that cat. Inhale, find the cow. Exhale, find the cat. Very good. Find yourself with that neutral spine. We're going to take the legs and stack them on top of one another. Let's let the right leg be down on the bottom, and we're going to put the left leg right on top. That left ankle comes to the top of the right knee, and you'll feel some stuff automatically in the hips. And from here, I just want you to lean forward. If you can bring the fingertips to the ground, walk them out just a little bit. We're going to stretch out through the hips. Take a couple of natural breaths. And know if anything causes you pain, just back out of that position and wait for us to move on. Keep this stack of the legs. We're going to bring our right forearm down to that left shin and just rest the upper body on the legs. And then I want you to open up that left arm up and pull it back. Finding some kind of sensation in the front of that left shoulder, down into the chest. Finding a twist in the spine. Very good, let's bring it down. Now I want you to reach that left hand across the body, finding a little bit of rotation in the other direction. Bring your right hand behind you and sit up nice and tall. Good, we're going to try that opening up one more time. Right forearm down to the left shin, reach that left arm up, and then pull it open. Very good. Let's switch this out. We're going to bring our left leg to the bottom, stack our right leg on top, and you'll notice typically one side will have more space in between the knee and the foot. One hip might be tighter than the other, might have more range of motion than the other. Find that position, stay here. We're letting gravity pull the legs down to find that stretch. Walk the hands out in front and take a couple of deep breaths. Good, and when you're ready, we'll bring that left forearm down to the right shin, and we'll reach that right arm up and pull it back, opening up through the shoulder and down into the chest, finding that twist in the upper spine. Good, we'll reach that right arm across the body, finding a little bit of rotation. I'm going to bring it down right underneath my right foot, and I'm going to use my left hand behind me to help sit my spine tall. Finding the twist through the spine. And good, we'll reach up one more time with that right arm. Reach it up and pull it back. Very good. Let's bring it down. We're going to bring it to a tabletop position. And then walk the hands out a little bit in front and slowly let the hips come towards the mat. Take your time here. Adjust this position to where it's comfortable for you. And if it's not, come down to the forearms. I'm going to untuck the toes. I'm going to make my hands as wide as my mat and let my hips just sink as far as they'll go. I'm going to connect back to that Ujjayi breath as we stretch out to the front side of the body. A few more rounds of this Ujjayi breath. Focusing on the sensation of that stretch through the core. Very good. Let's lift the hips and sit the hips back to come into a child's pose. Bring the forehead down to the mat. I want you to curl your fingers forward so that you're stretching out underneath the arms and down the sides, and then connect back to that Ujjayi breath for 2 rounds. Very good. Slowly start to pull the palms back until they're underneath the shoulders. And then we're going to press the chest up, draw the knees together, and sit the hips to the heels. We're going to bring the arms behind the back, interlace the fingers if you can, and draw the shoulder blades together, opening up through the chest. Nice and relaxed.
Find your way back to that Ujjayi breath. Very good. Slowly let that grip go. We're going to come up to a kneel. We're going to bring our left foot forward. Maybe take a big step. And we're going to slowly bring that right hand down to the mat and just find a stretch on the front of that right hip. Let your upper body be supported through that right palm onto the ground. Finding a stretch in the front of the hip, maybe into that lower core. Connect to that breath. Good. Let's push the hips back and straighten out that left leg. Both fingertips can come to the mat. We're going to pull the left foot back towards the fleece. Keep the spine long. Don't let the spine round here. We're just going to stretch out through the back of the leg. Stay connected to that breath. Very good. We'll bend that left knee, and I just want you to heel toe that left foot over to the right side of the mat. And we're just going to lean the left hip all the way down. So my left leg is in front, my right leg is out to the side. They're both going to be in an L shape at a 90-degree. I'm going to sit tall. And then I'm just going to lean forward, maybe onto my forearms if I can. Close your eyes and reconnect to that Ujjayi breath for 2 rounds. Very good. We'll walk the hands back up. And I want you to lift the knees towards the ceiling and then rotate over to the right, where your right leg is in front and your left leg is out to the side this time. Both of those legs are in an L shape. Sit nice and tall. And then forward fold, finding the stretch in the back of that hip, stretching out through the glutes. Bring the forearms to the floor if you can, maybe just the fingertips. Close the eyes and focus back on that Ujjayi breathing for 2 rounds. Very good. If you were down in the forearms, come back up to the palms. I want you to press yourself up if you can. Come up to the left knee and bring that right foot out in front. And we're going to sink in to the front of that left hip. Let your weight be supported through the palm all the way down to the mat. Untuck the toe if that feels good. We're just finding some space in the front of that hip. Close the eyes and connect to that breath. Very good. Let's press the hips back, straighten out through that right leg, and pull the right foot back towards the face, keeping the spine long and straight. Find that breath.
Very good. Now let yourself lean over and come all the way down. We'll bring those legs out in front and we'll bring the soles of the feet together. Scoot the legs in a little bit closer to you, set nice and tall, and connect that Ujjayi breath. Now I'm going to grab onto the front of my shins. I'm going to roll my shoulders down and back and find the tallest spine that I can, reaching the crown of my head up towards the ceiling. I'm closing my eyes and I'm going to go back to that breath for 2 rounds. And then slowly relax the spine and lean over the center of the legs. Keep the eyes closed and then continue to focus on that breath. Very good. Let's bring the knees to meet and then slowly roll down to your back. We're going to bring the knees into the chest. Wrap the forearms around the knees if you can, lifting the hips slightly off the mat. And then take a slow rock side to side, massaging the low back. Connect back to that Ujjayi breath, keeping the lips sealed, constricting the back of the throat, making those deep ocean sounds with the inhales and the exhales. Very good. Let's lift the soles of the feet towards the ceiling. Reach for the bottoms of the feet or the ankles, grabbing on wherever you have the space to. Drawing the knees towards the floor, we're lifting the hips even higher off of the mat to bring the mid back flat to the mat. And then we're going to slowly find that rock side to side. Go back to that Ujjayi breath. Very good. Slowly release the grip wherever you had it. Bring the feet all the way down to the mat. And then we're going to let the legs go out long. Let the feet fall open and bring the arms out to the sides, palms facing up. We're going to really stay connected to that Ujjayi breath, not having to focus on any position that we're holding or where our hips are supposed to be or what our foot's supposed to be doing. Let everything go on the mat, letting your entire body weight be supported by the ground. Keep the eyes closed and reconnect to that Ujjayi breath. Keeping the lips sealed. Breathing in and out through the nose. Finding those deep ocean sounds. Very good. Now take a big deep breath in through the mouth and sigh it out. Find your natural breath. Let the body breathe on its own and just observe anything that you may be feeling, any sensations, any vibes of relaxation. Paying attention to how everything feels. Relaxing through the face, softening that space between the eyes, relaxing the jaw, letting the arms be heavy on the mat. We're not holding any tension in the palms or the fingers. Letting that back and the hips be heavy. Holding no tension, completely relaxing that low back. The legs are extremely heavy onto the mat. Holding no tension in the feet or the toes. Finding a moment of peace. Just let the body breathe. Very good. And when you're ready, if you're ready, start to wiggle the fingers and the toes and raise the arms up overhead. Now, if you like that comfortable surrender position that you're in and you want to stay there for longer, please feel free to do so. Otherwise, find a big stretch to opposite ends of the room. And then roll on to your favorite side, keeping your eyes closed. Use that bottom arm as a pillow. Let the head rest. Let the arm rest. Keep softening through the face. Find a couple of natural, slow breaths. Taking time to wake up slow before we move on about our day. Good, let's use that top arm to help you come up to a seat and slowly blink the eyes open. Thank you so much for joining me today for Stretch and Breathe.